to me, harkens back more. It's like different than any other version of DK that we've ever seen. It's kind of like much more freestyle based, and also much more like rewarded by aggression and advantage state, like more than ever before. So yeah, let's start off with the best of 3, and then we'll get into the discussion of everything that we were talking about, the things you wanted to work on. I'll just get rid of my charge because I was.
Oh, my bad.
Talking.
Okay, sounds good.
All good. If you're not comfortable with talking while we play, that's cool. I'll probably be talking a little bit less right now, and then more once we finish the best of 3. So let's do it.
Okay, cool. All right, go. Whoa, that.
Yeah, barely anti-air you there.
Yeah. Ah, damn it. Nice. Ooh, spot dodge. Nice.
Thanks. Yeah, this matchup, it's so momentum based. You were switching momentum back and forth every time we hit each other, and then it just sometimes it comes down to holding that momentum the one time that you get it, and it's hard because DK is just like he just has.
Yeah, I get you.
He just has that bad disadvantage state, so it forces you to. You have to be correct in your disadvantage state, and it's hard to be correct because sometimes you don't have many options.
And offensively, I feel like he hits you away like just far enough for you to follow up, like really close those stops. Nice weight.
Oh, thanks. I choked the end though.
You're really good with that episode.
I play this matchup too much too. That DK gives you the most practice with it, like fighting a DK.
Right.
It's like it's best against himself, so you get a lot of chances.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah. Same with his down B spike, his down angle forward tilt. He's just gonna get more opportunities than against any other character to land that.
Right. Here we go. Really?
Yeah, I waited well, if you wait super long on that up B, you can abuse all of the super armor frames on it. So the armor is frames 5 through 17 now. It used to be 8 through 17. So the later you wait and time the armor, the better it's going to work out for you. So that would have covered your punch, would have covered down air, side B, would not have covered falling down B because that lingers, so that will like linger through the armor frames. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So I'll just go right into like talking while playing now. We'll just like do critique and stuff. So I know you said you wanted to focus on platform play as well as mixing up approaches, like when to use which option in terms of approaches. And for DK, the good news is it's pretty straightforward. So when people are landing, obviously you want to hit them with things like dash attack if you can. However, you have to take into account sometimes the matchup, sometimes the percents. Sometimes you're not going to get as much off of it, or you might not even be able to do it because the character might be able to, on their landing, like say versus Snake, pull out a grenade like frame 1. So now dash attack just becomes a trade situation rather than being the best option. So depending on the character you're fighting, you either want to hit their landing with the dash attack, or in that other instance that I just described, a run up down B, which I think I've seen you using it a little bit, which I'm happy about because a lot of DKs don't try to use it enough or don't know how to use it. So
yeah, it's an unbelievable. It covers so many options.
Yeah, it's really great because it actually allows you to not even have to worry about approaching, because you can be like, you know what, let me like do it once or twice to see if they know, like judge how they're going to react in neutral. You can kind of use it as a bait. You can use it as a bait because it really doesn't have that much cooldown if you space it well. So you'll see a lot of down B from DK in neutral. I wouldn't just blindly dash attack. You're not really supposed to do that until you have a read on your opponent, or if you see them like dashing in, like if you read a dash in, that's what when you counteract with dash attack. You can also use it. One time I did it versus you, I dash attacked you with like really good spacing. Actually, I can just show you that really quick. If you hold your shield and try to grab me, like I didn't hit your shield. I'm supposed to hit your shield and then also be able to spot dodge. Let me try it. Bad spacing. Try
I think you could have got that because you were able to dash out.
Yeah, let me see. There, that was it. So did you see how it hit your shield? But DK's he actually has frame advantage there. He's like -1 or something. So, but there's shield stun that happens. So if your opponent tries to grab you and you hit their shield with a perfectly spaced dash attack, you can spot dodge before being grabbed.
Wow.
It's also more prevalent in this matchup because DK's shield grab is like frame 12 or something. It's like really slow out of shield. So he's gonna have a really hard time. So in this matchup especially, you can abuse that. There is another situation where you can get away with, again, versus heavies, get away with when people are trying to shield grab you. If you do a really well-spaced down air on someone's shield, again, this is not something that you should do all the time, but if you're fighting heavies, if you know their frame data or out of shield data is not that good, try to grab me when I do this.
Okay.
Yeah. So you could do a down air fast fall, like perfectly landing into the ground, like down air then fast fall, and then you can spot dodge if you know that they're going to try to grab you after, if you know that their frame data is not fast enough. So again, that's like specific to this matchup, but of course you can parry also, and that will play against that option. But just like little things like that, if you catch yourself dash attacking, but you see that the spacing is perfect, you're not dead in the water. You shouldn't really be dash attacking, say at like a Luigi or something that's waiting to pivot grab you and 0 to death you. But if you happen to end up doing it and you're like, man, I just dash attacked Luigi, and he tries to grab you out of shield, you can actually spot dodge and then punish him extremely hard, like for missing that. So, but we'll talk more. Yeah, we'll talk more about that kind of stuff. I just wanted to just go over that briefly.
Okay, I got you.
So yeah, what I'll do is mostly I'll try to be dash attacking or down being or back airing in neutral to try to open people up. Dash attack is mostly going to be, down B is to stop people to catch their preemptive dashes, and then dash attack is when you think that someone's gonna like dash in at you or roll away. Nice.
Everybody goes for the grab there, dude.
I happened to get lucky there. I was like, oh, that's nice. It's like,
That was an accident.
he'll get up, but actually grounded up, he doesn't cover ledge get up like really well, but it will cover spot dodges.
So you don't think that dash attack really should be an approach option at all?
You can use it in certain matchups very, very liberally, but in some matchups you have to respect your opponent's options rather than just going in there, because you are also extending your hitbox very large, like, and horizontally across the ground when you're doing it. So yeah, you just want to just be careful that you're not doing that. But a lot of the times, again, if you're spacing it really, really well, the positioning that the move grants you, as well as the frame advantage you can get if you space it well on shield, is worth it.
What was I going for there? I like zoned out listening to you.
Nice, good patience.
So, okay, I have a good question about what just happened. So you know how if you're too close to the edge and you pivot,
Right.
you'll fall facing the stage?
Yes. Yeah.
There's really no way to go about that, is there?
When you grab them and you cargo, the momentum sometimes will push you off the stage, right? You can kind of try to take a step forward first. That's what I'll do. Because if you try cargoing and then going off the stage right away, you'll fall and you will still be facing ledge, which is great if you're on a wall stage and you want to do like a cargo down throw into like double jump back air setup. But if they just tech that, then they're going to be fine. So yeah, what you could try to do is like grab them, maybe take a step forward so that you give yourself a chance to turn around, and then because that cargo down throw positioning from deep and low is almost always going to be better for you because it sets up the edge guards better. So that's what I would recommend. If you grab them on the very lip, just try to take a step forward and then pivot. Yeah.
Got it. Cool. Okay. Ooh. People don't really use the up B as a get off me option anymore.
Yeah, I guess you could say a bad habit of doing it because I've been doing it since Brawl, and I could say it's a bad habit because in Brawl I didn't need to have combo DI because I could just break out of combos with up Bs. So I didn't really know what combo DI was until this game, and I was forced to like really learn it. Even in Smash 4, you were able to up B and do like 40 damage to Mario for trying to like down air you or something. But now in this game, it only really works at the very low percents.
Right. I was expecting you to come. That's interesting that doesn't jab block in any way. Nice.
Yeah, the side B, I think it can jab block if I remember correctly, but it's just like it has to be during the actual bounce. Because I was already laying on the ground for a while, all it did was that little like plop animation. But yeah, if you caught me, I don't think that there's any situation where DK can catch a miss tech with a side B because it's just too slow on startup. But luckily we have dashing down tilt, we have, you know, dashing jab, so we have plenty of options to lock. DK has a very good lock game. Yep, badly spaced dash tag. Good punish. So that's what I mean by catching a roll. So if you sniff out a roll from someone, you get that late hit dash tag. It is so good because it's so good for getting combos started.
Sure is.
No. Nice. I tried to do get up punch and like armor your punch, but it just didn't work.
Yeah. That was the first one I hit on. No!
Yeah, I keep catching you in the corner with that move, so look
Yeah,
out.
you're getting a lot of mileage out of it.
I want to look out. Look out in that corner.
Oh, I didn't have a jump.
Oh, okay. So it must have been during that back air chain somewhere. Yeah, so I've noticed you actually go for the double back air out of cargo up throw at the low percents, which is, it's so good. There are ways to set it up to give you full momentum that allows you to get double back air and then allows you to land and then chase with a raw back air, which is what I just did there. So
double back air land and then raw back air.
yeah, but in order to set it up, you have to get an initial dash in. So the one that you did to me, I think, was like a stationary, like drift forward and then back air and then follow the eye back air, which is great because it will get you the first one guaranteed, and the second one's more like a chase. But this one, it's like percent dependent. So on like midweights and lighter, on midweights we'll say it's like 10 to 20%. And on heavyweights, it's like 15 to like 30%. When you grab them, you do the initial dash forward first, and then you do jump, double jump, back air, back air. So that's kind of what it looks like. You want to get that little bit of forward momentum so that when you do the jump, double jump backwards, it allows you to have full momentum backwards. So it's like, yeah. It takes like execution. I'll try to get it a little bit more so that you can see it, but we definitely have it here in the VOD, so we can go back and you can take a look at it if you want to see how it works. It's definitely worth practicing.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty good at it. I do have a little bit harder doing it going left than I do right.
Yeah. I feel that. I feel that. And that'll happen, especially if you're either doing it one way more often than not, or if you are doing it in like training mode or something. Yeah, just make sure you turn style moves on, and just make sure you practice equally both ways, so that you get good at the muscle memory. Sometimes it'll happen. You muscle memory it one way, and then you forget to learn it the other way. So it's like on the fly, it doesn't work out. Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool though.
Yeah, I noticed we're getting a lot of FD. I do want to talk a little bit more about platform stuff when we do get the platform stages, but it's cool.
No, we can. Yeah, if you want to hop into that. Rob.
Yeah, you have the right idea with that down B. It's just a little tiny bit too early because you can obviously see that I'm waiting. But if you outweight my weight, then I have no shot. Like, I'm gonna hit that.
Exactly. You're really patient out there. Oof, sorry.
I wish that move killed sometimes.
Oh no.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, DK's roll from ledge, man. I wish it was better.
He is a nightmare to get off the ledge with, bro.
If he had like Captain Falcon's ledge roll or something, he would be such a better character. Or like Sheik's ledge roll, something where, because like those characters, what I don't understand about game design of Smash is that those characters, well, say Sheik for instance, she already gets out of disadvantage like pretty nicely, but when she's on ledge, she gets off the ledge for free. Like she just has those quick options. I don't know.
Oh,
Here's
I
hoping eventually they'll patch that, because at least Bowser has an incredible get up attack. DK is kind of atrocious. It like doesn't always work.
Right. So, I think overall this game's pretty well balanced.
Yes, it definitely is. And DK's always been designed in a way that like in the beginning he's not as good as he should have been, and then they kind of buff him as the patches go on. So at least he's got that going for him. They could potentially help him out a little bit.
No. Yeah.
Nice. Oh no.
Dang it.
Yeah, I guess your jump must have gotten in the gap there somewhere. Nice, good visions.
Nice.
So, mostly what I've been doing so far is, I guess I've been noticing that in our neutral exchanges, like you said, I have been patient, but it's mostly, I feel like I'm waiting for you to swing, and then I'm like punishing you for missing. But it might be instances where maybe like the swing of the back air might be like reaching, like you're trying to hit me with it instead of zoning with it. So if you're trying to zone, you might want to just like retreat a little bit more so that you're not extending the hurt box. Like be like, okay, let me just keep him away. Let me do something like this, like an unpunishable back air, as opposed to like an approaching back air that doesn't give you enough space to retreat. So like a lot of the times, and it's totally fine for you to do an anti-air back air as long as you know you're like retreating it right away and also giving yourself enough space to allow yourself to retreat. Because if you're back airing too close to someone like right here and you whiff, that you're obviously gonna be super punishable there. But yeah, from here on out, I'll probably just try to point out little things without being too harsh, but like just critiquing.
No, you're fine.
Just critiquing openings and like, you know, telling you what we can do to optimize in certain situations.
Yeah.
And again, I want to talk about the approach options, so we'll talk about that. So in neutral, a lot of the times, you know, DK should be, I think, playing a little bit more passive until he sees the opening, and then from there you go in super hard. So a lot of what I'll do is to try to like, okay, let me charge my punch, let me like jump back in neutral and wait for them to overcommit, and then like pop off with a dash attack or like a pivot grab, or you know, something to get a little bit of damage so that you can start to get that dash attack. If you get the dash attack opening, great. We've been talking about this a lot. If you get someone with a strong dash attack, I like to like walk away a little bit, wait to see what their DI reaction is, continue dashing in, and then if you see that they're gonna miss tech or tech in place, do another dash attack, because now they're at the perfect percent for you to start back airing or for you to start up airing, because they'll get popped right into that nice spot for you to start comboing. But
Right.
yeah. All right, so let's go for it.
Okay. What would you say as far as approaching in matchups that are, you know, say like a Rob or characters where you're kind of forced?
Well, against Rob, yeah, you are forced to approach. That is true. I would still charge punch when able, so I would chill on a platform, charge your punch. That gives you options, because when you're put into disadvantage by a character like Rob, you never know when like you're gonna get down, when you're gonna stop getting juggled. So it helps that when you're gonna land, that you have punch to armor through gyro or laser, or one of the smash attacks or something. So charging the punch is actually really good against Rob. Okay, he's a big target too.
Right.
Main thing you're looking for is you want to read their projectile pattern. If it's a Rob, you want to shield the laser or avoid it however possible. Probably just shield it. Parrying probably not going to be the best option online. Probably just shield it is fine. And then look at when they're going to toss the gyro at you. Because if they like to toss the gyro just straight at you in neutral, that's perfect for us. Because what you need to do is read it and then just dash point blank and dash attack to pick up the gyro and then hit Rob. And now you're holding it, and now you can actually initiate a combo because it'll pop him up. You can actually, like, once you catch the gyro, you can jump, Z drop it, and then like do another aerial to pick it up again and hit him. So you get a combo off him, and then you get to keep control of the gyro, which is great because that thing destroys Donkey Kong. It's so good against him.
Okay.
That's just like an idea. Other than that, it's a lot of like spacing back airs. Down B's also really good because Robs like to roll around in neutral when they're charging the gyro, and they want to like roll while they're charging. You can punish that with down B really well. So yeah, just a couple of matchup tips. Other than that, versus Rob, specifically what you want to focus on is edge guarding him really hard, because once you do finally get that advantage state, Rob is pretty susceptible off stage. They can do like the gas, you know, like the little spurts of gas, like try to up air you under the stage, but you can outweight all of that. You can also down air him while he's trying to do that. If he extends his arms up, you can actually trade a down air with him, or otherwise just keep pushing him off, make him run out of gas. Juggle with up airs. If he's falling with Nair, preemptive up air when you read Nair will always beat Nair, just clean. It'll never trade. So yeah, I know some stuff about that matchup, but I still struggle versus Rob. I hate fighting him hard.
Yeah, it's just like we just fight, you know.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Cool. All right.
Nice. Oh, that was good.
Oh, I got one.
Oh my god, I almost went too low.
What? Surprised you lived that. Oh, I'm dead. Oh. That's, yeah, don't even bother.
Yeah, I like how you're spacing back a little bit more in neutral, so it's a little bit more defensive, harder to punish, and that's how you get your opponent reaching, and then you can kind of pick your spots from there in terms of pushing the approach. The more you force your opponent to approach, the more openings you're going to see for you to approach. Oh.
Oh no!
Speaking of platform play, you're definitely going to want
Yes,
to
sir.
definitely maximize those attempts whenever you see them, because that is the clutch factor for DK in this game.
I heard on some stages it doesn't really work.
It will always work when there are platforms. It just, the percents change, and it's harder to do, like, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, that was a whiff, but yeah.
Yeah.
In case you wanted to punish optimally, I think that was probably optimal. There were plenty of other things DK could do. If I had a punch there, that would have killed, but why punch
Yeah.
when you can just kill with a grab? So, and it's good. It's good to practice the execution on that. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're a part of the DK. Did I link you to the DK Discord and you joined it? I think you said.
I did, yes.
Okay, cool. There's so much information there that is beyond what I can even teach you. But there's also resources which I'm gonna send to you. Just say, for instance, I have all the percents in my Twitch chat as well, but
Okay.
there's like a little graphic that you can put as like the background on your phone if you want, like if you're playing in a tournament, and then you just like look at the lock screen on your phone, and then boom, you have all the percents. So like we have literally like a little graphic for that shows you all the percents that works at, and also the differences of the stages. So like on this stage, the minimum goes +2. So normally it's 84 to 95 this window. On this stage, it'll be 86 to 95 because it's slightly higher ceiling.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit of math to do depending on the stage.
At least he still has it, I guess.
Ooh, nice tackle. Probably my favorite spot to be with DK on the stage is underneath the platform down B, because it's so threatening. Like, you can't really challenge it, and if people try to, then they try to run in on the ground, they get clipped if you're really well spaced.
Yeah.
Of course, some characters get more benefits than DK does under that platform, but
Oh, are you kidding me?
aye.
You clicked.
Bad trades, bad trades. So
Nice.
notice how I thought you might punish me with the grab there. I don't remember what the situation was, but I know you had a guaranteed grab. So what I did is I just started mashing extremely early. What that is that's buffered mashing, knowing that I'm gonna get either buried or grabbed. So it comes in handy, because obviously in DK Dittos you're gonna do that more, but it's actually that harkens back to my Ice Climbers matchup in Brawl. So it's like, oh, I got power shielded, I got punished, I better start mashing for my life because they're gonna 0 to death me otherwise. But in this game, it comes in handy because you need to mash like that to get out of cargo grabs and berries.
Yeah.
So it will allow you to just, whereas other players, you'd be able to kill them at that percent guaranteed with the drop zone cargo down throw. I was able to get out at like 50. Because you were center stage and you weren't close to the ledge when you grabbed me. So positioning is everything with that cargo down throw.
That's true.
Unfortunately, DK's up tilt is unsafe on hit, so we are able to up B combo break on that.
That platform really, yeah, you're right.
It's
like, I'm not even sure.
it's so good for DK, just chilling underneath it and like getting the cargo grab stuff on this stage. So this is one of DK's better stages. PS2 up there, this one right up there as well. And then Yoshi's, I think, is another one. Yoshi's story. Nice, good match. Oh yeah, got me.
There we go.
This stage does have a little bit closer of a blast zone in terms of the edge of the stage until the edge of the screen. So we will be able to get earlier kills with both grounded up B and the cargo down throws and stuff, and cargo forward throws. I thought I got behind you. No.
Oh, I got there.
Jeez.
Nice.
So, I noticed when you're going for the drop zone cargo down throws, it's generally, those are, again, at percents where you would be able to drop deeper against opponents that are not mashing as hard as I do, and you probably kill them. But also because I'm a heavyweight, you probably just want to throw me a little bit earlier and then just settle for the really good positioning that you get and be able to get back to the ledge a little bit faster so you can hold that positioning and then edge guard. Because if you go deep and you can't kill them, they're going to have an easier time recovering because you also have to do your up B and like go back to the stage and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. This stage is +5 to the window, so it'll be 89 to 95. Also, the side blast zones are much shorter, so grounded up B will get much earlier kills, as well as giant punch. The sides. So all that stuff is really good. Keep in mind. Barely.
Oh, I took one punch.
Good coverage. Wow, it did kill
Oh, I thought it. Yeah. Thought it didn't.
Oh no, that awkward up B thing. I hate that.
Almost got you.
Let's get out of here. Oh, that was good.
Oh, nice. Bad commitment.
So I'm in the perfect grab percent right now. Not anymore. So it's worth it when you're invincible to take those invincibility frames and try to find a grab opening and to just quickly end my stock and like make the match go back to even. Otherwise, this gives me an option now to land a little bit more damage where I wouldn't have been able to get otherwise and like extend my lead. But yeah, when you're invincible, it's best time to not, I guess, to put it to not be able to put it better way, to fish for a grab, because it's really they can't really stop you. Oh no, nice. I barely avoided that with a pullback.
Nice.
I'm very surprised it didn't get me.
Man, I can't close these kills. You're at like 170.
Yeah, so again, like I said, be very opportunistic. Like, you just lost your stock, you want to aggro me, great. Chase me down, try to bait out all my resources, my jumps, catch a defensive option like a roll or a spot dodge, or catch me pressing an unsafe button while landing. While you're invincible, boom, grab me at 93, PDKO. I don't know if you have practiced the execution for it. I'm not even hitting it all the time. If it were offline, I would be hitting it 100% of the time. Online, it's more like a 50-50, but it's still worth going for. Especially while they're still in those nice percents. I might actually be dead also. I was hoping to trade into your up B, because like I was too low to get back there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here.
Oh no, should turn around. Stale.
Oh, come on. It's all good things. I noticed you're abusing the platform.
Yeah, if you can chill under the platform and space a down B, it covers you really well. Not just like psychologically, but like actually, because it limits people's aerial options to get in.
Right.
And they'll have to land on the platform instead of being able to punish you. But DK does actually still have punish options for that. He can down air through the platform. But obviously I'm not going to be in my down B animation by the time you get up there and are down airing, unless if I'm continuously down Bing. But yeah, you can work that in as like a ledge trap. Like normally what I'll try to do when someone's recovering, at least in this matchup especially, try to go for the down angled F tilt. If it doesn't work, try to cover ledge get up or ledge jump with a nair and drift back. Then after that, now I'm down being on the ground, which covers, you know, ledge get up, ledge roll, get up attack. So it's like it's kind of like a little cycle that I do that covers a bunch of options. But you can obviously react to any one of those and use the correct option to get off the stage. But
It's so effective.
yeah, it's just a really nice way to use that platform, like you said, to bolster the effectiveness of the down B.
Yeah. Wow, that kills early.
Yeah. Yeah, cargo forward throw kills earlier than cargo down throw off the stage. If you know that you grab them close enough to the ledge and their percent is high enough. Otherwise, cargo down throw is like always the better option. Nice. Oh, that always gets me. That mix up.
Most people don't expect it.
Nice. Oh. Yeah, your patience and shield is really good. You're like waiting for me to press that button because you know that the only thing I can do is press a button. I don't have a command grab, so just kind of hold your healthy shield and just wait it out. Nice.
Oh no! Oh, there we go.
I am in PDKO percent, so what I'm looking for is to not get grabbed, but you put me out of grab percent, so now I'm not worried about that, so I'm gonna try to miss grab damage. Yep. Wow.
Right? That's what you're talking about when sometimes I'll get in there way too recklessly.
Yeah. So especially when, if you're in those percents, it could be any character's kill confirm. You don't want to, you want to be a little bit more passive if you know. It's going to be harder fighting other characters unless you know, like, Inkling's, like, up throw up air percents or something, which is, like, something crazy. It's, like, 130 to, like, 170. Or I'm just making that up. I don't know what the actual numbers are, but if you know that, you don't want to be doing things like, even if you well space a dash attack, you can get away with it, sort of, but if you don't space it right, it's not even worth really throwing out the dash attack in those percents, just because it could lead to an easy kill for them.
Right.
Thank you for the resub, Duel. Appreciate it. Love you too, man. Thank you. Nice. Good spot push. Oh. Did what I wanted to do. So on this stage, it's -1 to the window. So instead of 84, it'll be 83 is when you start dying, actually.
Okay.
Now you're out of the window. So now if you get grabbed, just hold up and jump. It's useful for you to know all this stuff too. Not only fighting against DK, but as the DK player, you want to know what are the best ways for them to escape, so that you don't even go for it when it's not going to work. The grounded down B will set up into those nice jump double jump 50-50s where it can work out really well for you. Oh no. Living somehow.
What? Nice. Man, you gotta buffer that roll really early.
Yeah. The one thing that I think I'm catching on to is in the corner situations. I feel like the options you've been choosing the most are either roll or normal ledge getup. So the roll, unfortunately for DK, is it's more like a super hard mix-up option rather than like an actual escape option, unless someone is really overcommitting to something that lets you get past them, like jumping off the stage or like trying to spike you or something.
Okay.
But the getup is honestly very easy to bait out, no matter what character you are. Not even DK. Like DK's like very good at baiting ledge getups because the number one thing he wants to do when you're on ledge is grab you. So a lot of the times what I'm doing is trying to like wait for you to do the ledge getup, and then I'm just like buffering a dash grab before you can even get the spot dodge out, because you do have vulnerability there before you can even act. So it's kind of like once you do this, you're locking into a possibility that I can grab you if I'm close enough. So sometimes what you want to do is just wait on the ledge a little bit longer, maybe mix in the ledge jump in those situations where you know that I want to get, you know that more than anything else I want to grab, so I'm not looking for the ledge jump, you know? So like keep that in mind. Obviously still mix it up, you know? I don't want to tell you these things and then condition you into doing something and then I just punish you because I told you, you know? It like changes the rock, paper, scissors game, but...
Right. I know you were going for the grab, I guess it was just not
you probably tried to do a spot dodge on reaction, but again, like I said, that will not work if I time my dash grab correctly. I will get you before you're even able to. There are, like, just like there's 2 frames of vulnerability, like, right before you snap ledge, there's also, like, 1 or 2 frames of vulnerability right after doing a ledge get up. So if I feel like I'm not there in time, I'll actually wait for your spot dodge and then see what you do next. But if I get there in time, then I'll just go right for the ground.
Okay. Whoa. Stop. Oof, nice.
Thanks. Ooh, scoops. Nice, that's good.
Oh, there we go. You're really good at not dying.
It all just comes down to patience, like you said. If I think I'm gonna die, what I do when I'm on ledge is I'll just wait a little bit longer, and I'll wait for you to overcommit first before I decide to get on stage with something. Otherwise, I'll play right into your hands. Oh, nice. What?
What? Are you?
Hold on. We have to take another look at that one. That was so far away.
I'm gonna go ahead and record that one.
I'm doing an instant replay on my stream right now to see what happened.
I think my
Oh
DI
my-
was pretty bad.
Yeah, because you were like jumping in and then you were immediately like, you know what, I don't want to be in this space. Let me retreat a little bit. So as you were retreating, like that made you get scooped off stage. That was crazy.
Yeah. What an angle, man. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, forward air disjoint is really nutty for DK. It can really work out well. You want to use that.
So what would you?
You want to use that as a mix-up every once in a while, especially against tall characters, and also from ledge.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're gonna crowd me? No, get away. And then you get on the stage for free after that. What was your question?
Like as far as this right here, where you kind of just down B, you wait out under.
You're a little bit too close there. I would be deeper. You want the max spacing of your down B to cover like right underneath the edge of this platform here. So they're like, oh, like I can get in, and then by the time they get in, they're getting hit by the max range of the down B. And like,
Okay.
you want to respect, because I can still fall in like this and hit you, but you want to be deep enough so that I can't hit you and that I'm forced to reach. See, like I'm still trying to space this really well and I'm still missing. But if you were to down B here, you would hit my landing. So that's why the down B under the platforms, especially the wider platform like this, is so good. Yeah.
What would you say is kind of the counter to that? Like you're trying to get in on somebody, you can't get it out back.
Well, in this matchup, say?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, well, the other DK would have to react. Like, if you're doing multiple down Bs, the way to counter it, as DK, if you have a punch, is to fall in and do a punch before you land. Like, that's the number one way to counter it. Otherwise, you can do jump in down B, you can do... This one's really, really telegraphed, but if they're, like, really holding it for some reason, you can down air them through the platform. You can also... There's something that people don't know. For some reason, it's been in this way ever since Brawl. You don't have to be trapped by this platform. If before you jump, you're holding down already, you'll fall right through the platform when you land. So you can just like wait until you fall through it and then do a back air afterwards. So like oh that platform's trapping me, right? Well, you can just kind of like hold down, and then I catch people this all the time with DK. Like, they think that you're going to land on the platform, but instead of landing on it, you wait, hold down, and then back air as soon as you fall through it. C-stick to back air and get a low back air. People get caught by that, because they just don't think about how fast DK's back air is, and they all think that you're just going to land on the platform. So that's a really good mix-up in terms of platform usage. Again, a lot of people don't know about that for some reason. It might be because we have more limited options because we're DK players. Just the same way we need to play more creative from the ledge, we also need to play more creative in general and with platforms.
Yes.
So that's something that I would keep in mind because it's a nice mix-up to have. And yeah, so say if you're down being there, I can do like a full jump, hold down, fall through the platform, and back air. But for whatever reason, like I said, psychologically, or people just don't, they're just seeing the platform and they're like, man, I can't get in against this move. Let me try to push in against the ground. So a lot of the times that the spacing and the platform coverage ends up helping you out. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I saw you doing that against that one DK. I think his name was King.
Oops. The down airs? Yeah.
Yeah.
This platform might be a little bit higher, so it might actually be harder to hit. But the down air definitely hits through the platform.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Though it won't really hit anyone other than tall characters. Ooh. That's another... Just kind of sets up a nice bear trap when you get that grounded down B.
Yeah.
I just love using down B. Wow, I'm surprised he went that way.
I was expecting you to land on the top left one.
Missed it. Yeah, falling there is definitely good. I find it better when you're catching someone's either stationary or like defensive. But if they're being aggressive and you know that they have hitboxes that can outspace you, then the Nair will generally lose. But it's again, it can be very good as a falling.
Would you say that's his best landing option?
Nair, no. I would say it's a mix-up option. The way that Nair is somewhat safe for you to use, like say if you were to stand in the middle of the stage and like just hold your shield, Nair can be safe to use. Like look, I'm gonna back air you, so you're shielding, and then no, I go like this and I drift behind you and Nair. So what I could do there, yeah, if you just shield in the middle of the stage again, like face toward me. So you're expecting me to back air, right? So you're gonna shield, but instead I could do something like this. So you want to get a fully spaced retreating neutral air, and then so when you land, now that opens you up into multiple options that are all good for DK. You can down tilt, you can F tilt, you can punch, you can down B. In fact, when you hit a Nair, sometimes you can get it'll combo into down B because it'll like bounce them in the perfect way, so that it'll bounce right into the maximum spacing of down B. Yeah, the Nair, however, if you're spacing it someone like this and you shield. Yeah, if you just shield when I'm gonna fall on you, even if I try to like space this, if I don't do it perfectly, like that's obviously very punishable. So when you do the Nair, I like to do it as a cross up more than anything else, which I think I did it before. I did like something like this, where it like it kind of went over your shield. You can actually do it so it makes it look like it's gonna hit the shield, but it has no shield stun, so you're able to act faster. You can just like do like a reverse aerial rush Nair. and then like jump over someone and then grab them when you land.
Yeah.
It's a nice little mix-up, but I love Nair. It's so good, but it has situational uses. It's not like other characters like top tiers where they can just like Nair and then like press buttons or spot dodge. Like he can't use it that way. It's a little bit more of a, you have to make sure it's spaced, or it's really good as a combo extender if you hit the late frames on the Nair, which I like to do.
Yeah, you get a lot off.
Yeah, off stage or after a berry. You can bury someone, and then you can do late Nair, up air, which I actually get a fair amount off of like a berry at low percents. I'll get Nair, up air, up air, up air, like at like mid low percents. But yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll try to point out more opportunities to use Nair, but it's definitely one of my favorite moves. Probably that and down B are the moves that I use the most.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Nair is amazing when you're trying to chase someone that is landing on a platform and you're like running forward. It gives you like free tech chase situations. Like, oh, you're gonna land on this platform. No matter what you do, my Nair lingers and is big enough to catch you. So it's a very safe option as a platform tech chase. PDKOs will come far more frequently on this stage just because of the nice platform layout. Definitely worth going for.
Isn't this considered kind of his best stage?
Yes. That being said, it's other characters' best stages, and they're like way better than he is here. One example might be Snake. There are other characters too. Say, it's like fighting fire with fire is the way I like to put it. But it's almost like fighting Bowser on Yoshi's Story. It's both of their best stage. But it's probably better for Bowser because he now he loses down angled forward tilt, but he gains angled down tilts, which is meaty. So it like almost always hits you, and then he can also do the the side Bs and land on the top platform, get early kills. But like say characters like that get platform extensions off their combos, say like Ike, is very difficult to fight on PS2 because of the fact that you'll get falling Nair into jump Nair into up air and you'll just die like way earlier because of that platform extension. So nice technical. So. Ooh, good. Yeah.
Nice. I felt that. Smell my first.
Ooh, that's good. Oh no. I tried to spot dodge.
Surprised about that.
Oops.
Am I dead?
Oh my god, I ran.
Yes, I took one!
Nice. I wasn't sure if I should bother teching it, so I didn't, thinking that if I just held up, I would be fine, but I got ceiling spiked. So that's a nice reason to take people to the Lilat, because you get that, you get cargo down throw, ceiling stage spikes them, and even if they tech it, you can cover that with double jump nair, which lingers, and if they tech that, you can do an up B and get a third spike opportunity. So you can get 3 spike opportunities in a row. So it's pretty much a guaranteed kill if you stage like someone and you have good position.
It's just that tilting.
Yeah.
That was close.
Oof, that was really close. Oh,
Took my jump.
okay.
Nice.
Nice.
That was weird.
I thought you were gonna like
Listen,
get put into like some sort of a pushback there, but it didn't happen. Tried to kill you.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, what is he going for? Why?
I put you to a really high percent doing that. DK gets so much damage off his cargo combos. So good. Good patience.
Oh, there you go.
So something you can abuse as DK is he doesn't have great out of shield options besides like nair or back air. Nice. Well, I'm alive. But you can reverse up the out of shield. Oh, good mix up on the time.
Thanks.
Yeah, you can reverse up the out of shield, which has again that frame 5 super armor. So it can work out really well for you if people are pressing buttons behind your shield. Normally that is a very vulnerable position for DK. Oh no. Yeah, but like I was saying, so I guess because you landed something on my shield, and then you did a forward tilt on my shield, like if you think someone's going to do a single hitting option or something that you can armor through, that's behind your shield, and they're at like a super high percent or a high enough percent for you to drag them to the stage with a KO, then yeah, the reverse up B out of shield is really good. So to do that, obviously it's just hold shield, up B, and then quickly B reverse to the left. Not so bad. Oh, I'd never done that. Yeah, I'm surprised you were ready for it. Probably the best way to punish if you read someone that's gonna get up attack, just jump over it, down air, get a juicy combo off it. If they're still early percent, you can get a grab off it. Down air to grab at low percents, fair to grab at low percents. Always good stuff.
Okay.
cool little mix-up. Not real. Loses the spot dodge.
Yeah.
But it will catch people trying to grab you out of shit. Oh, good timing. I tried the buffer shield there, but that was guaranteed.
His ledge get up is so bad.
It's very easy to react to. Some people have like really strange get up animations, like Game and Watch, where just because of the nature of the animation, they're just harder to punish. But the frame data on it, I think it's pretty much all the same or close to universal. It's just very awkward some of the way some of them. Oh, that would have been sick. Oh, didn't even kill. Nice, good. Good spacing.
Thanks. No.
Yeah, I was just gonna hope that you did an aggressive option. I was thinking maybe you would punch, but regardless, that gets covered. And that's just DK versus DK. Like, you don't have to worry about something like that against most other characters. Like, they might have other options that they're gonna punish your dash in with. So even when you get up from ledge, you might have to be a little bit more patient. Not just patience on the ledge, but then even when you get up, just kind of wait for your opportunity to recover your stage position. Otherwise, they're like, oh, I'm at low percent, you're at high percent. Well, I'm just gonna throw this out because the risk reward is in my favor.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh my god, the slow motion on that. No. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Covers a bunch of options too.
Dang, you are 217.
Gotta be getting those. We gotta both be going for the grabs at the right percents, especially on this stage. There's too many platforms not to go for it. Nice. Oh no. Are you okay? You are.
Yeah.
Nice. Good match. I need to get better. I need to get better at landing. That's a thing, but like, it's hard. You have to like buffer a dash away. Yeah. Dare to punch is real, but I just don't know when to do it sometimes. I don't know like which way I'm supposed to jump in order to get it to hit, because sometimes like people are too close to me and I can't get it to hit. Wow, I'm just so messed up with the execution.
Ooh. Went too high. Dang it.
Yeah, I'm messing up the execution on my PDKs a little bit. It's what it is you have to make sure that you full jump on the first jump, and I'm doing a short hop double jump, so I'm never getting the height to reach you. So it comes down to you have to, yeah. You have to full jump, but you don't want to wait for the whole full jump to complete. You want to double jump like 75% through your double jump, because you start to lose speed after at a certain point. So it's kind of like that. Yeah.
Okay, so you can't like short jump on a platform. You have to jump through it.
Yeah, you'll have to full jump, double jump. Depending on some characters, maybe you can get away with a short hop, double jump at the lowest percents, but generally you want to get up real high in order to get that upper to kill. Wait.
What I mean was like when you do the up throw, you can short hop and do it on a platform, right? Like you don't have to full hop.
You'll always have to full jump it, as far as I know. Yeah, you have to full jump the cargo. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's any platforms that are low enough in order for you to do a cargo short hop. That'd be sick. But yeah, you generally always have to, which is good because then it allows you to time your throw better right before you land it, yeah.
That might be... Okay, no wonder it wasn't working when I tried it. Alright, good to know. Oh.
Not this time. I still had my double jump.
Oh wow.
Why?
Oh. Nice. Lilac.
Wow.
What?
I'm very surprised. Oh no.
What?
Yeah, there's less stage to hug here, so
yeah,
that's probably it.
I was counting on it to push me up towards the ledge.
Yeah, a little bit harder to recover on Lilat. It's actually especially bad if you're facing backwards and you try to up B, because DK's up B behind him just sucks. Like the magnets just don't work. So that, and not only that, but actually most characters, when you directional air dodge and you're facing backwards when you do it, you can end up bouncing off the stage rather than grabbing a ledge. So that's something to be aware of. The ledge magnets are always better in front of the character, yeah.
I'm really bad on this.
This stage definitely took warming up to. I didn't like it at all for a long time. But I think these platforms, it's like another FD, and the platforms can end up working against you. But once you learn how to use the platforms, you can extend your chases really well, and you can also spike people extremely well through this thing. It's so good.
through the platforms.
Yeah, like falling down air, falling down B, falling late in air into back air, almost anything that you want. That being said, every other character gets better stuff than DK does, like from those drop.
It's always the case.
But say if you're fighting another heavyweight, though, it could be it could not be a bad pick.
Really?
Yeah, because you get nice chases on the big bodies on these platforms, and you'll be able to, you know, fall through and spike them and stuff.
Oh boy, man, you destroyed me.
It's something about the layout there. It's like it's an FD, but it has high up platforms, so you can do things like get continuous nairs, get raw back airs, get full jump down B tech chases on the platform. You can do almost anything you want in terms of tech chases. But against characters that are gonna run away from you and not interact, it's really hard. Like if you try to fight a Joker on that stage, they're gonna camp on the platform, press counter when you try to hit them, and then they're gonna like jump, double jump, do bullets, and float from platform to platform. It's like, okay, this isn't even fun. Alright, I guess we're going back.
Yeah,
What I like to do in the beginning is just, you know, you have a nice high up platform here, just jump, double jump, start charging, why not? If you, bigger stage, you might as well take advantage of the space, get a free charge.
Oh, come on.
Ah, short.
No! There we go.
Okay.
Are you serious? Come on.
Reverse
I had
jab.
that. That was my... Oh boy.
So I know how you feel, because probably for the first year of this game I hated Kalos, but for something over the past couple of weeks just made me realize that, man, we can really use those platforms to just like open up DK's combo techniques. So I guess it's just it's a stage familiarity thing at this point, where I'm just like,
True.
I used to hate it and now I'm comfortable, and you don't like the stage, so it's like it changes your momentum. I think DK's a momentum-based character, so it's like, man, I don't like the stage. I'm not gonna probably push my advantage as much, just because like you don't feel as comfortable. Oops. That was nice.
Oh, come on.
You had the read.
All good.
It just didn't combo.
Got the first hit and everything. Ooh.
Still got it. Oh wow.
Nice.
Oh my god. I've DI'd out. I was definitely like
Thank you.
releasing from the ledge as you hit me with that.
You're really good at canceling that. I think I get a punish every time, but it's red.
I killed myself. Not worth.
Oh, sweet. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's really good. I was at 50. I was like, okay, he's gonna throw me right away. But he waited. That's good.
Yeah, a lot of people, like another thing I kind of get people with, probably will never work on you, but if you can pivot at the ledge and then do the down throw, and you dip a little bit lower, if their recovery is a little bit bad and you can hit that back air, you can take the stock at 0.
Oh, okay. So you pivot as if you're gonna cargo down throw, but you just drop, like, or wait,
Yeah,
what are you doing out of
yeah,
it?
okay, so basically, I could show you if you want kind of what I mean.
So is it like you're waiting for them to, like, they're not pressing anything because they're trying to tech, so you just like drop lower? And then,
Correct. So
and
it's
then
the
throw?
same exact yeah. So the same exact situation I had you in the last stock where I, back threw you towards the ledge.
Right.
At 0, here, it's a very interesting thing. Oh, actually, I don't know if it's going to work on Lilac. But basically, at 0, it kind of sets them at an angle where you can perfectly connect the back here. So you can be like that, or like a little bit lower, obviously. But that's kind of the idea. And I've taken some stops really early.
Oh, so like you pivot the cargo down throw and then you grab ledge right away and then you back air?
So
or...
it's like, let's see.
Oh, it's a drop.
You do that, and then you do that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, I see.
I just don't know if it's gonna work on the stage because of how it is.
Oh,
but...
right. Yeah, I think there's a way to lab it on every stage where you can get like, and then get a back air off that. Yeah, I think that works on like actually most stages. Probably not here, like you said, because that one sent you straight down. So maybe we get like a down air setup after that if they go straight down on the stage. That's kind of...
Yeah, you definitely get the down air, but when you do the throw, you don't want to do the pivot. You just want to cargo back throw when you're off the ledge.
So you're just doing this.
And then, right.
I'm really bad at the actual cargo down throw mix up because I never use it. So let me do it with back and A. So.
Okay.
And then you're getting a back air after that?
Yeah, so on a normal stage, if you hit kind of below the ledge, I'll be kind of over here, right around that area.
Right. Oh, okay.
So if you throw out a back air, like, takes their jump most likely, unless they have a really good recovery. Probably not making it back.
I think personally, the reason the cargo back throw mix-up works on me, like, almost 100% of the time, is because I never use it myself, so I never expect it, because it's so risky. If they tech it, you should be dead as the DK initiating it, because you have so much cooldown. It's like the most high-risk, high-reward cargo throw that you can do with DK. But it works, like, especially if you're trying to cheese a stock, or if you're up a stock and you want to take a quick one, then it's a good mix-up. Yeah.
Right, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it for anything more than that. Yeah. Oh, no.
That was very interesting.
What?
Yeah. You can do that here, and you can do it on Smash Bros.
I lost track of you. I'm like, why is he down there?
I like to do it after forward airs, whether they hit someone or I whiff, because you can forward air and then just like miss the ledge, continue drifting forward, and then just get to the other side. Yeah.
Wow. Crazy.
It's nice. It can help you. You could do it from just a ledge drop as well.
Okay. I'll give it a shot. Oof, nice.
If you ever land a down air on someone at a juicy percent, and you're like unsure if you're gonna be able to get the spacing set up for back air, because you're not sure if they're gonna be on the left or the right side of you, you could just do a short hop nair, and then follow up with a chase back air after that. So like that forward air spiked you, I was like, he's barely bouncing low to the ground. He's not gonna get a chance to tag. I don't have like punch or anything, so let me just nair into back air. You could obviously back air, but it's a higher percentage play to do nair back air because you don't have to react to the DI.
So the back hit of nair and then back air?
So I did like fair spike, and then I was like, oh, he's bouncing in front of me. So it's also kind of it's not even like real. It's probably better to do double back air. So like bounce off the spike, you can just do back air afterwards. But what I like to do sometimes they're behind me or like up and in front of me a little bit, and I think, you know, maybe my back air might... It's hard to explain, but sometimes if you're too close when you hit the first back air, the second one isn't going to have good spacing. So that's why I like to do a nair first and like drift forward afterwards, and then do like an attack cancel back air off the bounce.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh no! The buffer.
God, this game would be so good if they got rid of that.
Yeah, it really needs to be like a toggle or something. Just like nobody really wants it. I understand some characters benefit from it, but
Does DK at all?
probably in some circumstances. Nothing that I can think of immediately.
I knew it!
Oh,
Oh, come on now.
that was so weird looking.
That was.
Ooh, I had no jump. I was like, where is it?
Ooh. Nice.
Thanks. So that's kind of what I mean. Like, if I had gone any deeper with that cargo down throw, trying to just outright kill you with it, I wouldn't have been able to linger my up B and set up that edge guard. But if you throw it like halfway to the blast zone, you still have your jump and up B, so you get to like, you have probably more resources than your opponent is that you're trying to edge guard. So
Right.
even better, you can do cargo down throw and then quickly B reverse charge cancel, double jump back air, and then up B. So it's like you drop low, kind of throw him like here, and then back air, up B, and you get to position all of that wall of hitbox while they're trying to recover. So it covers like horizontal recoveries really well.
Got it. Ooh, that was, man.
Nice.
What?
May have shield poked you.
It did. Damn. Shield pokes are a lot more prominent in this game. And I feel like any other Smash game.
Shields are way worse in this game in general. Which I
No,
kind of
yeah, yeah,
like.
no, I
I
mean-
kind of like that in a way, but I also really miss power shielding.
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause
I
It
think
still did.
parrying's kind of useless.
It still did take some skill. Parrying is not really. It needs some work. It's not. You don't get enough of a benefit from doing it.
Yeah. That was a weird angle.
Yeah, that's actually something you can do. That punch has a really nice reverse hitbox that just actually kills. I guess that's pretty hard to set up actually, except in a situation where you know that they have no options and they have to get hit by it. It's very interesting. It's never intentional, but I guess it could be. I could have pretended that I did that on purpose, but like I was trying to turn around the punch, but it's good to know.
Yeah. You don't air dodge a whole lot.
Yeah, I try not to. If you air dodge too early too often, it gives your opponent a lot of information. So you want to like save the air dodge for when you know you have to avoid something.
Ooh. Oh. Nice mix up. Oh, no jump.
Okay.
Dang. Whoa! You got that. That was hot.
So I feel like because the ground, I didn't realize this, but I guess grounded. You know how grounded Slimy has a crazy hitbox extension on it, right? I guess that means that the hurtbox extension is also crazy. So
how does that work with like DK's intangibility moves, right? Like, so if you use a forward tilt, like, you know, how does a hurt box versus the intangibility work?
Easy thing that I can do for you right now that you're in the DK Discord, I don't have to explain it to you. I can just show you the hitboxes and the intangibility because we all have it color coded in like slow motion and like the graphics for it and everything. So let's see.
Cool.
So like normals, forward tilts, you can see the intangibility is only on the red part, which is the hand. So let me link you to this actually in Discord.
Okay. Yeah.
If you go to actually, I guess I don't know how easy it will be to link you to it, but if you go into the DK Discord and go to hitboxes and properties, and then normals, you can scroll down to forward tilt, and it tells you all the damage it does, all the knockback, intangibility. Intangibility is frames 6 through 9 on the arm and shoulder on forward tilt, for instance. If you have any questions about any of that, it'll tell you that, like, in terms of DK's up air intangibility, it's like mostly in front of him. It used to be sweeping entirely across his whole up air. Now it's just like up and in front. But yeah, it's basically like his hands, his fingertips. Those are going to be the intangible things. Except his up tilt, there's some weird overlapping that goes on with it where it just makes it not work really well. It actually kind of is unfortunate. Let's see. It's like the intangibility on the hand. It starts like more inside his hand. Like his fingertips don't have a hitbox like they used to.
Okay.
So that's why you end up trading a lot more. It's unfortunate. They really slaughtered that move.
They did.
It used to be so strong, so good. Right, you were only at 0, so I shouldn't have been able to combo back airs there. That was good DI.
Nice.
Somehow got out of that sticky situation.
Wow, that didn't go.
Oh my gosh.
No way! Nice. Nice raid.
So, do you notice situations sometimes when you
Yeah.
force someone where it looks like they're definitely going to be able to tech, but you try to punish them and it's like really hard because they can do like an air dodge which buffers into a tech, and then they have invincibility of the tech, and it's like you're trying to time a hit and you miss. So the two things that I see people do there is you can either be really patient and you can punish the tech in place with like a grab or something, or maybe like a charge smash, but you're still committing to covering only one option there, which is tech in place. If they decide to tech roll in or out, you can't cover those, which is why I like to just wait and down B, because you get a guaranteed punish no matter what in that situation. You have to see the situation a lot to like know what I'm talking about, but it definitely just happens.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
I could tell, like, the last stop when you mixed on the landing. Oh, dang it. Yeah, I could tell you were kind of... Because you went off stage, and you didn't, you went straight for the landing, not to really punish me.
Oh no.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Good game. Oh, I took a stock. When did I go? Nice.
What's up, guys? Sorry I haven't been very active with the chat. I've been really into this session. There've been some really good games back and forth here. I hope you're getting more of like an idea, because I would say I'm a very platform situated DK, so I like to really, you know, camp on the platforms when I have to, charge punch up there, use it for combo extensions. Again, I think that probably the most important thing for you to learn with the platforms is the PDKO confirm, which again, you can practice that. Like, you might not be able to hit it right now, especially if you're trying to do it online.
Yeah.
That's something that's going to be easier to practice offline for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I got the inputs, but I didn't know that you had to do a full hop, even initially. Dang, I hold on.
Oh, good wait.
I was hoping you'd jump on stage and I could get you with the back air. That didn't work.
On to the side view first. Oops.
Okay.
So how is it that you're, how do you mash What do you use for the
Um,
mashing?
Right now, I use the joystick.
Okay. So what I would suggest is if you know you're gonna get punished in a situation where you're gonna get hit by a hard enough punish, again this matchup is a very good experience for it, like a side B or a grab, I would start mashing at least 10 frames beforehand, because it does two things. It allows you to get to your maximum speed of mashing, and also all of those inputs will actually buffer, so that's where buffering helps you in this game. Because if without the buffering, DK's cargo throw would actually be broken, because people would not be able to mash out of it almost ever. But that's how I am able to get out of it, whereas if you're fighting other opponents and you're able to like kill them at like run off the stage 90, you know, that's how you're getting people. But yeah, the buffering on the mashing will definitely help you for a lot of situations. Not just in this matchup, also versus like Yoshi's egg. I've seen people die to that. You should never die to that when you get egged and like you're falling off stage, because you should be able to rapidly mash enough. Oh my god. That was awkward. That can happen though.
Yeah?
It's actually nice when it works out for you. Yeah, just like that.
There we go. That attack cancel back here is so good.
Yeah, I think it should be a staple. I see so many DKs that play without it. I'm just like, I don't know how they do it. Except for that, I complain more than any other DK, because if I'm playing on a TV with any sort of input delay at all, I'll miss, my entire neutral gets messed up, because I use it so much. Yeah, you have to have a very good TV, which, you know, should be available like no matter what tournament you're playing on, but unfortunately it doesn't always work that way.
I didn't know that. So
Yeah.
you can't like just play on the regular Switch? It's not gonna be too much of a difference?
Well, what I mean is like, depending on the monitor that you're playing on at a tournament, if they're like a different brand monitor than you're used to practicing on, or there's like a little bit more input delay, like by a couple of frames, that's enough to throw off your entire attack cancel, just because it's a 2-frame link. So you have to do it within this super fast input speed. And if there's any sort of additional input delay, it takes like another, I would say at least a half an hour of adjusting to before you'll be able to start getting it consistently. So I've had that work against me at tournaments.
Yeah. Happens, man.
But again, that's just my fault for relying on an overly input intensive DK neutral, because you really don't need it, but it just, it's my style, so.
Right. Have you had a chance to play Conga?
Only, I don't know if we've played too many friendlies. We were both at Congo Saga, so I think we may have played it a little bit there, but we always play like a criminal amount of friendlies, meaning like not enough. Like we should always be playing more friendlies.
Yeah.
I played him in a lot more friendlies in Smash 4, but not in Ultimate very much. I haven't had many opportunities.
He's really good.
Yeah,
Very
he's
patient.
super good. He's more patient than I am, easily. He's like the patient DK. That's it. had to go for it. I was down. Needed to even up the match.
Ah, bro. It's all good. Nice grab.
That would've been cool.
Not where I want to be. Nope. Oh.
Oh.
Dang it, well.
Yes.
Oh, man.
It's the only stage where we can. Well, we can get it other ways, but like, it's real good there. It'll extend down and become more likely to hit. Pretty sure it's still avoidable because it's so committal, but
It's like one of the few times that move is useful.
yeah, I probably overuse it as an edge guard tool because I play a lot of DK Dittos, but I have found ways where it can work if you have like godlike timing. Like you can set up a Pikachu with down angle left tilt, and then when you know they have to quick attack the ledge and they're super deep, you can like charge a down smash and like hit them like anytime you can set up a recovery where you know someone has to go like this and like extend their absolute maximum of the recovery and then not even snap ledge and still drift toward ledge, you can get the guaranteed charge down smash.
Okay. Oof. I didn't even know I grabbed the ledge there. I thought you hit me or
Oh,
something.
yeah, I messed up. I had a guaranteed edge guard. You should never do that, but DK Dittos are like one of the only times you get a chance to, so
Yeah.
you gotta try. Well, this has definitely been a fun sesh. I haven't minded that it's gone a little bit longer just because I'm just enjoying the games a lot. So let me know
no
if you
problem, dude.
let me know if you have any other prior obligations. I also have other characters. I know I've been grinding literally nothing but DK against you.
Yeah.
I also have a high level. I have kind of like a Bowser killer. I have a DK killing Bowser, I should say. My Bowser is like specialized for fighting DK. So if that's something that you don't want to do, I understand. But if you don't mind the matchup, we could try it.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, I have a lot of experience.
I can play another set. Maybe we can close this out after.
Sure.
Do have a couple things coming up.
Cool, no problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely going over a lot of stuff here.
You said it'll be on YouTube as well?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and
Okay.
upload the sesh.
Cool.
I'll download it and upload it tonight.
Sounds good. God, it's so hard to kill.
Good trade. Nice. Yeah. You saw me do that too many times.
Whoa, nice.
Nice. That like I couldn't DI toward the stage. It like didn't have enough knockback. By the time I got next to the wall, it was like, no, you're too low.
Ooh, nice. Oh, thought I lived.
Yeah, I'm surprised it even killed on Kalos.
So what is it, like, how have you, I guess, kind of designed your Bowser gameplay to kind of be anti-DK?
I know when DKs want a dash attack, so I beat that with Fire Breath. It's mostly just because DK's a big body. I know when DK wants to shield, so having a command grab like Bowser has is broken. And also I know when DK wants to land, so having an up tilt and an up smash like Bowser has is broken. So I think this matchup is like slightly in Bowser's favor, like when played perfectly, but it can be really, really bad if you don't know the matchup as a DK player.
This is one of, yeah, I would say definitely one of my harder matchups for whatever reason. Also, I don't know why, but Little Man.
Really?
Yeah. Like, for example, I'm pretty good at the Pikachu matchup, even though that's considered one of his worst. But some janky character like Little Man, anybody can do. It's such a good out of shield up.
Yeah, you can never land on Bowser in this matchup, that's the thing. So, the fact that DK already has a hard time landing, that makes it tougher. Oops.
I'll take it. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Nice.
Yeah. It can be rough on the stages where, like, I kind of co-main DK and Bowser, so generally I don't like going to FD with DK. So if I think Bowser will work better in the matchup, I won't ban the stage sometimes because I'll just go Bowser if they pick it. It like opens up other bans for me in tournaments.
Right.
Instead of always having to ban FD Kalos, I can, you know, just go Bowser instead and just try FD. Sometimes it works out. Kalos is also very good for Bowser.
Yeah.
For those high platforms.
Whoa, I thought I had that. What?
Yeah.
Wait
That's
a
the
minute.
thing. Yeah, tough guy. When he does his tilts, he gets armor because he's broken.
Yeah, well, I knew that definitely worked on Jab. I just didn't think his up B did little enough damage to work through that.
Yeah, the little hits of a B don't do enough damage.
I've never seen that before. Oh, oh man, good game, bro.
Good game, good game. Yeah, it could be a tough matchup for DK. It forces you to play more defensive, because Bowser gets, like I always like to say, Bowser gets to play Smash 4. He gets to hold his shield and up B out of shield, or side B if you cross him up, you know.
Yeah.
He gets to play out of his shield, and then the edge play is harder. So like it requires you to play really patient and neutral. It's like really well spaced down Bs and back airs, and then like 100% landing your edge guards, because Bowser is susceptible off stage, and that's the part of the matchup where DK excels over Bowser, is the edge guarding. So you have to like make it work for you, which you did with that back air. Like you can see like Bowser has bad airspeed, so I'm like drifting in, and DK's like, okay, I'm just gonna get out there and hit you. But yeah, man, yeah, it was good games. It was a fun sesh. If I had to point out any things that I noticed in terms of habits, it's probably a lot of ledge get-ups in situations where you were honestly getting away with it a lot more than I thought you would, because you're getting like the ledge get-up spot dodge mix-up. But if people catch onto that, they can punish you really hard. Not only for the ledge get-up, but for the if they find that they can't punish that option, they'll look for the thing that you like to do right after it. And if that's a consistent option that has cooldown, then you'll get caught on to, and people will start punishing it. But otherwise, like, I think your advantage state was really good. Like, whenever you hit me, you were very good at keeping me like the juggle situation. Maybe work on like things you were pointing out, like the down angled forward tilt near ledge, because that will just push your edge guard game to like a whole other level. Because if you're hitting that, now if they don't have their double jump and they were at a decently high percent, you can kind of go on the ledge, have iframes, and then now you can drop back air or jump back air, and now that gives you it opens up a lot for you in that sense. But yeah, man, that and definitely master the PTKO stuff. I feel like there were opportunities where I was like camping in my shield trying to bait you to come at me with the grabs, and then I was gonna like try to keep you from doing it, but you were happy to just hit me with down Bs instead of getting that grab opportunity, like baiting me to do something committal and then getting a grab. Or even when you're invincible respawning, you have those like 3-4 seconds to just go for a grab opportunity. It's worthwhile, because you can take those earlier stocks. Because like you said, I was surviving too long sometimes, and that just comes down to, are you optimizing your situations where you can rush down and try to go for that grab?
Yeah, no, there were a lot of times where I just didn't attempt the grab. Like, I knew you were staying in shield and the grab was there. I just didn't trust myself, because I felt like, I don't know, you would have got out of it. Or again, you were baiting me to go for it.
Right.
That was the biggest thing.
So that too, but yeah, then it becomes like there's like levels to it. So if you know that I know that you're gonna grab, you're still putting on the pressure, right? Like, I'm scared. I want to either take a hit from you to get out of percent, or not get grabbed. So like that you're in a good position there. It's like a soft advantage state almost. If I'm not pressuring you, you have me in kill percent, I have to play more cautious. So now you can kind of bait out some more defensive options. Maybe not just go for a raw dash grab, because does that ever work in this game? No, because people can spot dodge on reaction. But you can bait out rolls, you can bait out spot dodges, you can force someone. Even if you were to force me to double jump because I'm so scared of getting grabbed, that's great, because now you can be like, okay, screw the grab, I can just hit you and then edge guard you. Or you can get underneath, know that I have no double jump, catch my landing with the pivot grab, and then set up for the PTKO. So it's just like that empty jump pressure, that stuff that you can kind of do without even like throwing out hitboxes, is a big part of DK. That's how you get like the tomahawks and stuff like that. It's like, oh look, I'm gonna jump and back air you, and then actually I'm gonna land behind you and grab you really quick. So
yeah, there were a lot of setups and stuff I normally get, but you just kept jumping away from every time. So it's like, okay,
Yeah,
I gotta do something different.
right. It's situations where, I guess if you're in the situation enough, you have to know that if the jump is available, you can escape. Sometimes jump, like, because you know that jump is the best escape option, you can actually bait that out and punish. Like, say if you know, like I was doing earlier and showing you, if you hit the grounded down B at a percent where it's really high, it hits them away, you don't really get a follow-up off it, but you chase. If they decide to double jump, you can quickly react to it and just double jump up air. And like, that is the only option that they would have died if they chose in that situation. But it's just because you can put them in that situation with the down B at high percents. So
Right.
you can kind of go for those like juggle, like aerial juggle situations where you're just pressuring and like waiting for your opponent to commit to something that is the wrong option. And having been in that position prior yourself, like on the reverse side, you'll know what to look out for and like what. Yeah, if you have a double jump habit scouted in disadvantage, by all means read it, abuse that. DK is so good at double jump up airing out of people when you know that they're gonna double jump like out of disadvantage. Right. So
yeah,
but yeah, all right, definitely a good sesh. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for coming through. I appreciate the support. And again, the DK lessons have been popping off lately, so I really appreciate everyone that's come through. But all right,
Yeah,
everyone, that was Bob. Good games, man. Good games.
Appreciate it, bro. Thanks for your time. Thanks for having me. Thanks for sharing all your knowledge. And yeah, good games.
Of course. Yeah, I'll post up the YouTube stuff when I get it all uploaded for you. I'll get it up in the I'll post it in the Discord here once everything's good.
Okay, sounds good, man. Thanks a lot.
You got it. All right.
All right, bro. Take care.
Peace out.